Hey everyone, it's Steph. Thanks for joining me today. I wanted to make today's video to answer the question, what is a backup offer? You hear that a lot, especially in today's market. Houses come up for sale, they get lots of offers. Maybe you've been on the selling side and your agent asked, do you want to accept one of these as a backup offer? Or maybe you've been on the buyer side and you don't get selected, and so you think about making a backup offer. So I want to explain what exactly that is and how it really can be beneficial to both sides. So a backup offer is basically just, offer number 2 or 3 or 4. It's a secondary offer to whatever offer was accepted. So if you were to make an offer on a house and you lost out, you asked to submit a backup offer. What does that mean? That means that if buyer number 1 falls out or backs out of the contract for any reason, you automatically move up to position 1. So you don't have to, the home doesn't go back on the market. You don't have to compete or renegotiate the terms. The contract that they already signed for you as a backup offer now becomes the offer in first position. So you're under contract. So why is that good for the buyer side? Well, on the buyer side, it's good because we are seeing a lot of deals falling through. Some estimates put it at 20 to 30%. It's not something our MLS is really able to keep track of, so this is mostly anecdotal. But, there's lots of cash investors coming into town, and so they are making offers on homes and then backing out if it needs too much work because they really want, whatever they have in mind, whether it's to flip it or whether it's to rent it or whatever their purpose is. They oftentimes change their mind, or they'll put offers on multiple properties and then, just pick the 1 or 2 that's going to work for their portfolio. Similarly, buyers who are just looking for a home to move into are backing out with some frequency because you can feel caught up in the frenzy, right? So you've been a buyer for a while, you've put offers on lots of homes, and you throw an offer on a house and you get it, and now you kind of take a deep breath and realize, I'm not really sure this is the house we wanted. And it's unfortunate, but it does happen. So if you are a buyer and you have fallen in love with the house and you did not get selected to be the number 1 offer, I highly recommend asking if you can submit a backup offer and getting that signed by the seller, so that if the first buyer does end up backing away, you slide right in and the house is yours. You're also protected because if in the meantime, while buyer number 1 is doing their inspections or going through with the purchase of the house, you have the opportunity to look at other houses, and if you find something else that you want to make an offer on, you can rescind that backup offer before it's been moved to first position, and then just carry on with the next house. So there's really not a lot of risk for the buyer because you don't have to put any earnest money or anything down until you move into that first position. Now, why would a seller want to do that? Because sellers are houses are selling really fast. They're oftentimes getting multiple offers. So what is the benefit to a seller to take a backup offer? Well, it can be beneficial for 2 reasons. The first would be because, if a home is on the market and gets a lot of offers, it's first opening weekend. It's sort of like the new house on the block, so everybody's excited to see it. Everybody who's been looking for ages rushes to see it. And that's sort of how you get the multiple offers situation. When a house comes back on the market, there tends to be less fanfare. So you are likely to still go back under contract because of the market pretty quickly, but it's not usually the same as an opening weekend of a house on the market. So you run the risk of maybe not getting an offer as good as the first time around. The second reason is if you're the seller and you accept a backup offer, and so now the buyer who's buying your house knows that you've accepted a backup offer on the house, it really puts them in a position to really think hard about, sort of the request they asked for, because they know, or they're thinking, they don't know what the other offer is exactly, but they know that the seller's now less likely to sort of give credits or maybe be as flexible with the things that you want done to the house. And so you have to really judge that, because a seller could, just kind of say no and move on to the next backup offer. So for a seller, it does sort of help move the process along, because buyer one now knows that there's somebody waiting in line behind them. So for a seller, it is a decision to make. There are pros and cons. You might want to gamble and go back on the market instead of just having someone slide into pace, but there's certainly pros too, because it tends to help make the inspection period a little bit smoother if buyer one knows that there's a backup offer in place. And for sellers, you can take multiple backup offers. If you had an opening weekend and it was just crazy and you have a million offers and you don't ever want to go through that again, having to deal with getting out of the house and showing and all that kind of stuff, you can accept multiple backup offers. I've seen as many as 3 or 4 in place, so that you just keep going down the line and you don't have to go back on the market, which can be a great idea if they're all, pretty decent offers and they're all the terms are sort of what you wanted. Then go ahead and get it all locked up so that if things fall apart, you can move on to the next guy and sell your home as quick as possible. So anyway, that's what a backup offer is. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, give me a call or a message or DM if you've been thinking about buying or selling. I'm always here to help. Hope you have a great week. Talk soon. Bye.